Put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the BLEEVESCRYPTO YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald Duck.
I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Lady, and I got my shine. Money in my pocket, and we're feeling fine. Radio's loud, and we're playing Sublime. I think it's gonna be a good day. My oh my. I can't believe I made it this far, it's a miracle. Floating in the clouds now, used to be miserable. Never looking back since I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love by the waterfalls. I'm living that good life after all. Yeah. La da da da, good life, sitting by the fire. La da day, good life, feeling that breeze.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleeves. This is Breakfast with Bleeves. Crypto is pumping prior to the FOMC meeting. Will it sustain itself? I'm not sure yet. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but here's what I do know. Here's what I do know. Here's what I do know. Crypto has a sense of humor, and I didn't think crypto had a sense of humor because I always thought that I saw a bunch of jank-faced dirtbag chads on Twitter who just like to talk shit about different cryptos because there is a listen, Linda, there's a woke army out there, right? We know the woke army. He, her, she, them, they, we know there's a woke army out there, right? Who would have known that there was also a purity test among degens, right? That's you gotta at least think that that's crazy, right? All of the degens, all of the guys who are looking from one shitcoin to the other, every single one of them, without fail, is sitting on Twitter crying like, "When this is an 8, he got pulled over and got a ticket. We can't invest in his product anymore." This investor coughed one. He was on while he was in a Twitter Spaces. We can't trust that asshole anymore. Just they're degens. Right? Shit players make calls on, and they have a purity test where you can't have you can't ever have been pulled over or stopped for speeding. You have to be super nice to everybody. You have to stop what you're doing and answer their stupid. Holly Hart. If you guys don't know who Holly Hart is the lady associated with Cult right now, and she's dealing with a goddamn cultist because it's a gambling whale or something like that. He's just like, I deserve to have answers to every goddamn question that I have. I am an investor. It's the dumbest shit you've ever seen. Like, I cannot believe some of the people in this part, right? Who gives a shit? Because at the end of the day, here's what matters. And I didn't have it ready. Son of a bitch. It was going to be hilarious. Motherfucker. Pornography. That's what matters in crypto. Adult industry crypto payments platform SpankPay. Did you know there was a SpankPay, by the way? I did not know there was a SpankPay. There's a SpankPay that you can pay with crypto on a place called SpankPay. Holy shit. That's crazy, right? But here's what happened. Look, Be in Crypto just wrote my favorite article of all time. Adult industry crypto payments platform SpankPay shuts down after Wire pulls out. Nobody pulling out in porn. Come on. Actually, everybody pulls out in porn. You know that, and I know that. We know that, right? I don't know that really because I've never watched it, but I just assume because people tell me. But yeah, so that's craziest shit I've ever read. This is a crypto website talking about pulling out and SpankPay. So it turns out that you can, through SpankPay, pay for your crypto for adult entertainment ecosystem Spank Chain. There's a chain. There's an entire blockchain dedicated to unsavory non-Christian content, as they call it. The adult content platform SpankChain has been built on Ethereum through SpankPay. It's powered cryptocurrency payment, enabling blockchain to do away with third-party intermediaries and unfair payment practices in the adult industry. Back in January and February, the adult payment platform had shut down withdrawals on the back of account closures by Wire. Be in Crypto cited reports earlier this year that alleged that Wire was going out of business. So it looks like Wire is just going out of business, and they're going to have to find another provider in order to continue on. But like, that is just absolutely out of its mind. Kind of. Wow, I didn't know that adult. I mean, I should know. I should have known, right? Like, I should have known. Like we're familiar with Cumrocket, right? Like we yeah. I mean, there's got it. Look, I'm not. I didn't know, right? It didn't dawn on me at any point that might be a thing. So yeah. Well, anyway, so the Dow futures are up 308. Looks like we're having another positive day. 34 on the S&P and 75 on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq dragging behind a little bit because that we still have a run on the banks. We still have to get some clarity about what's going on with the banks. So we'll see what happens there over the next little while. Crypto, on the other hand, pumping its ass off. Bitcoin at 28,239. Ethereum 1,818. And guys, look at Ethereum right here. You can almost predict it 100%. When it started to come down over here, it bounced in this area. Now, it didn't make a whole lot of sense at this range, by the way. Any one of these arbitrary sort of ranges could have been the spot where it stopped. It just happened to stop right here, made a big candle, moved back up, didn't get close to where it was before, and then it just started to trickle down. And then what did it do? Hit the 200 SMA, and like a goddamn rocket, the next thing you know, it's trading at 1,820. Now, I exited and I got my money back out just a little while right before we started. I had put in 14 ETH and made like $600 off of it. So I was absolutely getting out at first opportunity because I had gotten in like 1760 just a little while ago, and it went all the way down to 1727. I was asleep and wait because I thought it would go to 1846 or so and make this big pop up here in the 1840 1850 range, and it might do it right now. But once I saw this kind of chop and everything right here, I thought, you know what, there's gonna be a fight right here. It's more likely that we're gonna bounce back down here and hit the 50 SMA, and that we're going to bounce off the 50 before we go up higher. So that's why I took profit when I did. So now I'm waiting to see if I can't get in at 1770, 1780 one more time for a nice little run up as it bounces off this 50 SMA, which you can see right here. It did run with it quite a lot. And since it's bounced over, I figure it's going to come back down, and then that'll make 1780 to about 1850 move. Sounds like what's getting ready to happen. At least that's what it appears in my brain. So But otherwise, you can see that just in the last little while, the same guys. Last night we had a conversation. What I say, Conflux was my big one, right? That was my big play. It's up 8.5% in the last hour. It's just continuing to absolutely send. Mina Protocol, which was gonna be on my list, by the way, last night, but it had a nice little downward movement over the last couple days, 15%. I thought, that Mina Protocol blockchain is probably going to pop off, and it just didn't make the list. Mask up 6%, OP's up 5.8%, going down here, Graph 3.3, Polygon up 3%. You can see like some of the old ones. Singularity, which was that was the first one that I brought to you guys last night, up 5% today already. Magic is going to have a big move, I do think, because this is part of the Arbitrum network. And when this starts to launch, then wow, you know what I mean? Like I think that's going to have a big move. Rocket Pool, which is down a little bit on the 7-day, up 99% on the year. Rocket Pool is a liquid staking platform. Just started trading on crypto.com, by the way. So, but up and down the list, you can see there's a nice little run of cryptocurrency right now. So hopefully this thing continues, but very specifically, 0.56% versus 3% on Ethereum. Something big could be happening with Ethereum, but I'm going to take my profit right there. Maybe this thing pumps and just keeps going. Like it's possible that ETH just sends. Like it could, we could just start the morning off and people would just be like YOLO, and it is absolutely gone. Shib at 1087. Bone at $1.23. You're starting to see a reversal of all the of everything as we get here towards the end of this golden pocket. Looks like we're getting one more time. We're getting ready for that 30,000. If we get 30,000 on Bitcoin, we're probably getting 2,000 or so on Ethereum. So buckle up, because it might get interesting over the next little while. But let's with that said, let's pause and get into chat just a little bit and see what's going on. Mr. P Crypto says, good morning, Bleaves and Believers. Got my Vaulted Believers beanie yesterday in time for my birthday Thursday. There we go. We're receiving the Vaulted Believer caps now. Congrats to Mr. P. Good morning to all. Maddie B. CEO 100 says, good morning, and pop-up books coming out. Any pop-up books coming out? Yes. There's an adult one coming from SpankPay. And you'll be able to pull out whatever you want. Lando, good morning, all. Diamond Nuts in the house. Eric Shkapelka, good morning, all. Ken Decrypt is in the house. LSD doing it again. Husky of Wall Street's in the house. Kai's here. Ryo is here. Forsaken One. Cameron Jordan is here. Benny Hill. James Minton. Hear that the new Debbie does Dallas. Too many eye injuries. Jay Manuel's in the house. Dude Tyler, Ty G, Greg M, Jeff T. What is going on? Andres Ortiz says, shout out from Riviera Maya in Mexico. Oh, that is awesome, man. I hope that you are living the dream today, man. Crypto Stevo in the house. David Hamaker, do you think Volt will get to $1? One day. It's a long way off, but yes, one day. By the way, if you haven't seen it so far, Volt just had an announcement. And for those of you that are vaulting, this is a kind of big announcement, because even though we already have a significant amount of burns going through, we have right here, and here, and here. Because we can never vault enough, we will buy back 100,000 worth of Volt over the next 10 days. $10,000 buybacks every day around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on top of the weekly burns and some other upcoming vaulted news. Now, remember, through the end of this month, we have end of the week burns. So we have 2 more of those coming, where we're matching everything that was burned during the week. Now, here's the thing. If you were to go look over on the BNB side of Volt, which is this one right here, you come over here and you look, $500,000 in trading volume on the burn side, and 898,000 yesterday. So there's a giant amount of people that are trying to burn the absolute shit out of tokens right now in the Voltiverse to run the price up on it. And I mean, that is significant. And you can see all the trading volume that's going on right now. Big sell-off a few hours ago, slowly starting to make its way back up. But this has been trading kind of sideways for a few days with significant volume. And remember, 4% of every transaction is burned on the BNB side. So that is a significant move and a significant play, especially when you're starting to get close to $1 million or $500,000 worth of transactions every single day on your burn. So gigantic move for Volt, and 10,000 per day in addition to what's already burning. So we might see some some huge burn moves. Now again, it's going to be in the billions, not trillions, but still, when you have a lot of burns, you have a lot of burns. Puts fucking Sativa, what is going on, my man? Richard Goodall in the house. Dangerous Crypto is here. Who else we got? Am I missing anybody? Voltaholic in the house, volting it up. Joni Metcalf's here. What is going on? Chris is here. You jeet. Oh, come on, man. Look, you got to take your money when you can make your money, right? Ben Ferrer's in the house. What is going on? The Scottish Crypto in the house. Rob is here. Nick Bright is here. Timsky's in the house. Peyton 800, CCTV, Terry Underwood. Kamal is here. Juice is in the house. Christy Jones is here. All right, so let's get back into it. A little bit more news. Analyst known for calling the crypto bottoms predicts a breakout for Ethereum, says Solana prime for new rallies. Well, regarding ETH, you don't say. The guy's going to take a lap on this one, but I think he's probably predicting a little bit more, right? Pseudonymous tracker Smart Contractor shares a chart with his 221,000 Twitter followers that suggests Ethereum could shoot up past 1900 range in short order. Well, you know what? It looks like he looks like a genius, right? What's going on, Jose? And Randall's in the house as well. So it looks like if it keeps going, he's a goddamn genius, right? But we'll see. He's going to have to still. The move's still going to have to come, but he made a call right here and looks like a good one thus far. Smart Contractor is a popular practitioner of the Elliott wave theory, an advanced technical analysis approach that attempts to predict future price action by following crowd psychology that tends to manifest in waves. According to the theory, a bullish asset tends to resume its uptrend after going through an ABC corrective move. So, ABC corrective move, and then boom, bounced off the 200 SMA and is on its way. Ethereum is trading at 1736 at the time of writing. The second-ranked crypto asset by market cap is down 2.9 in the past 24 hours. He thinks Bitcoin's recent price rally could mean a couple of different things, though. He thinks they're all bullish for the top asset, rallying into the mayhem. Having a monster weekly breakout is telling us one of two things, but too early to tell which one yet. Number one, it's telling us that Bitcoin is still a risk-on asset and is simply moving before equities like it always does, and equities play catch-up soon. Or it's telling us that it's finally decoupled from traditional finance. Now, that's the question that I believe Rodney's asking over on his channel today was, have we decoupled from the market? I think he's been asking that. Is Bitcoin decoupled yet? And I don't think that the answer to that is yes. So just so you guys understand, the reason that I think we've got this secondary pop from Bitcoin, not this, remember, we had that move downwards, right? And that was a little bit over here before we got into this golden pocket. Now, this move down here, this was when we had the banking issues, right? And we knew Silvergate was failing. And then we knew that Silicon Valley was failing. Then we got into this little area and we filled the CME futures gap. Now, when we filled the CME futures gap, that was not the catalyst. The catalyst was being told that Silicon Valley Bank was going to be covered by the Fed or by the FDIC. So that sent the crypto market pumping super hard. Then we were told that the whole market was going to be taken care of. But here's what happened in the meantime. People looked at this and they said, you know what? Banks are risky right now. Let's just put our money in Bitcoin for a little while and see what happens, right? So now you got this big pump out of Bitcoin because that happened. Now we've got this sideways momentum right here. When this sideways momentum happens, what's the next step? That's when you consolidate, it is a good sign, right? When you consolidate in a nice, predictable sort of pattern, you like to see that. But at the end, one of the other pieces to this is that could also just be these people are now starting to pull out. They're starting to pull their money out of Bitcoin and put it back into the traditional banks. Now, I think that everybody's kind of waiting to see if it doesn't blow to 30K before we really start to see that. Now, when we do get to 30K, I think everybody's going to take a victory lap and we're going to crash back down. Again, I'm going to say this 23.8 range, maybe all the way down to 23. I'm going to say that that's the range because there's a lot of support in that level. And there's a lot of support right here in this 24 or 25 level. But I do think that since that's the biggest level, we'll probably break through that. We'll go under the 200 weekly EMA. And then we're, so I think that this hopefully becomes where we get caught, if that makes sense. And then we start a reversal where we go back and test 30,000 one more time. And then we have that breakout. Now, if that happens, then the number that we're looking for is still going to be way up here. This is the number that tells us that the run, that we're all good, right? We've got this red one right here, which is 30,000. And if you guys remember, that's the number before the collapse of Celsius and Three Arrows Capital. The big one, however, is 40,768, and that's up here, and it should be actually 39,859. There we go. And this is the collapse of Terra Luna. So that's where these numbers come from. So we want 30,000. We want to bust through 30,000, but I think that we're going to reject there and start moving back down. Okay, we're outside of our little trend line here. So guys, if this looks like a disaster and a mess to you and it makes no sense, that's your fault, right? The gold right here, golden pocket, the green right here, I think this is a go zone where we start trading up to 30,000. Then we start coming back down. This line right here is a good resistance level. I think that we trade between 24 and 23,000. It's going to be a good level. When it hits 23,000, that's probably going to be that buy zone. You want to buy just a little bit just to see what happens. And then if it does not keep dipping, then you want to go in hard. And otherwise, you might dip down. And again, we're going to have maybe a resistance here at 21.6, 21.5, right there, 21.6. 54, we should probably drop a line right there to plan for that. That area right there is going to be an important little zone because that'll probably represent some resistance and a bounce opportunity. If it doesn't hold there, then that's another DCA, and then you want to come. It's probably going to come down here to this this weekly SMA. Now the SMA is going to be moving upwards in the meantime. So again, that's why I think that, as this thing starts to move this way, and as the days progress, that's why I think that we might end up, because I do think that we're going to go beyond this line right here, the FOMC. So we'll get out here just a little bit and 30,000, and then we're coming back down, and we're not coming straight down. We're coming down slowly. And that's going to give this an opportunity to kind of catch up to us, which is why I think that 23,000 is going to be the likely play. So that's what I think. Anyway, so let's move on. MOPS Swap, the first decentralized exchange on the Shibarium ecosystem. And what do you get when you have the ugliest dog on the planet? You call him MOPS, I guess. So the MOPS token is now live, the first decentralized exchange for Shibarium ecosystem. MOPS offers Shibarium first cross-chain decentralized exchange. We hope the Shib Army and new investors will enjoy. And you can go over here to MOPS Swap and check it out if you want to. So that's the first one on this exchange. So kudos to them. You now have a decentralized exchange available for you on Shibarium. Now, remember, Shibarium is still testnet. So, yeah. So let's just wait for something. It matters when it matters. You know what I mean? Like we still got some pump. We still got some stuff to go before we get there. Bitcoin might crash hard after reaching 30,000, says an analyst. Now they're predicting probably less than me. It says it could crash after touching 30,000. Squire explains that CZ converting the company's recovery fund BUSD to native currencies like Bitcoin is why the flagship asset reached 28,000. He's 100% correct. That was a big move. And now he's saying that it could fall all the way down to, oh, he doesn't give a number because he's not good. You know what I mean? But he's right. There's probably a dip coming. As soon as we hit that 30,000, that's going to be a local blow off top, basically. People are going to take a victory lap, and we'll decide at that point, are we ready to keep going or not? Like that's all it's going to be. Next, Shiba whales are on a buying spree, but Shib needs to conquer this price. Now, they are right that they are on a buying spree. And here it is right here. 1060 is the level. They have to move above 1100. Now, if you come over here and you look at Shib is struggling to get back into that 1100 channel, and it's been kind of difficult. And like I was saying before, you're coming down here, you're forming a flag pattern off of this downside, which means that you've got significant more downside. And I've been saying that to anybody regarding Shib because it just does not look healthy. They're going to have to get into at least right here before you can say that Shib's in a better place and is going to be moving up. So Shiba Swap is on Ethereum. It's not on Shibarium. So no, it's not. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Capital still seems to be flooding back into the market. Ethereum did stop right here where we said it's probably going to stop. So it is stopping here. I don't know if it's going to correct back down here or if it's just going to push on. It looks like the market is still deciding. There's about 3 minutes before the bell over on the Dow Jones, 4 minutes, something like that, before it starts to go. And we might see a nice little pump. I would prefer to see that dump down here to 1780 again, just to try to reload a bag and see what happens, and make another couple $100 because it took me 2 days to get that 600. I certainly didn't want to wait that long. So next up, Bitcoin price stalls ahead of FOMC meeting. How to trade? And yes, the Bitcoin price is really stalled. Here we sit, just trading sideways and trending at the top of the golden pocket. Now, guys, I did not think that we would be doing this, trending atop the golden pocket, by the way. And here's the thing. Remember that long-term line I keep talking about? Well, look at this. We used it as support. We used it as support. We used it as support. So the lines are holding. And we've even used the 50 SMA when we're not. Like, it's been very, very predictable what Ethereum or what Bitcoin has been doing right now. So if this continues, then we've got another, maybe a little dump down to 28,000, and that's it. Then we're going to test this 28.5, and then we're going to get to that FOMC meeting, and there we go. Like, it's going to be real interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. And then finally here, after I said Ethereum was going to break out and this guy was having this amazing breakout, what do we get? We got this article from this guy. And sometimes you just have to, I think sometimes the horrible part here is you have a quota where you have to meet a certain number of articles or something on these websites because you're just making shit up as you go. But this one says we got a downside correction of about 10%. Says ETH is positively biased. Its upward momentum is not as strong as Bitcoin. Ethereum is currently struggling to break through the 1800 level and may face resistance at 1900 if it does. So we have a guy who said in one article, hey, we'll probably break through this and we'll probably head to 1900. And he didn't say we're going over 1900, right? And then this other guy says, well, we're probably going to have some resistance at 1900. God damn it. I swear to God, I hate these people sometimes. Oh, God damn it. I hate these people sometimes. All right. So, ahead of the FOMC meeting, we're having a little bit of a but let's go talk about DeFi just a little bit. Hex is now trading at 10 cents. So, guys, if you got in, you're living your dream. And look at this. It ran all the way up to 10.6. So Hex is having an absolute banger of a time. If you got in when I said get in, If you made that play, you won. That's all I can say. You won. You won DeFi for sure. BRL starting to make a move back up after this little sell-off here yesterday, taking it from $1.35 down to $1.07. I want to say $1. Now coming back up to $1.10. Bone up 4.6%, $1.24. Not because of Bone, by the way. This is because of the ETH pairing. Because you can see down here, the Chads are still doing their little sell-off routine. So you're not. It's really a matter of the pairing at this point. So Floki did not pump at all from a crypto.com listing, which kind of weird, but I mean, hey, it went from 35 to 41, but then it dumped right back down to 38, and it's just kind of trending sideways in that level. Now, when we get a date for crypto.com, we might actually start to see another big pump coming out of Floki over the next couple of days. So it could be a good opportunity. And if you come down here and you look, there's no buy and sell tax, so you don't have to worry about it. You can just do fair trading, 442,000 in volume. So Terrarium, 3,066, just really not moving, not moving. You got that little pump going upwards over here, but it's just to meet up with where it was before. They're going to have to do something at some point to kind of get people involved. Shib 1082, we talked about that one already. Saitama 2167, trending sideways. This looks like a big pump, by the way, but I mean, it's not really, because it was 2021. It's all in the range that it's been in right now. So MMAI 3905. Volt is now pumping to 1867. You can see that's moving again. A lot of this is pairings, the ETH pairing. You can look here, 1817, 1860, and then all of a sudden you see a sell-off from 1815 to a sell-off of 0.33, and that takes us up to 1859. So then the buy-in takes us to 1867. It's basically the pairing that's making the price pump. Cato, 1394. And you can see it's not exactly the same thing, but you are seeing some sell-off there. Lillian, 6955. I keep hearing that something's going to be happening, and I'm waiting for it, but I haven't seen it yet. Wagme, 6424. They did hire Brent Peace, I want to say, and he is the former CEO or COO of Electronic Arts, and he had his own studio for a while, Industrial Tools, I think, or Industrial Toys. And now he is the chief operating officer for Wagme Games. So welcome aboard and hurry up and get listed. Decanect 57, it's trading at 5.7 cents. NGN trading at $1.07. Wiz Protocol at 2206. Ordinal Doge. I keep saying it. It's not doing anything at this point. It's just dying. So would like to have seen another one of these little pumps to give it like at least the appearance, but if you just kind of zoom out here, it's not really showing a trend line that it's gonna be able to recover from. At some point, people are just gonna get tired of losing money, because if you got in over here, you're good, you're happy, you're still up, you probably took some significant profit up here, you're feeling good, you got your moon bag, you're ready to go. But everybody that invested in here is just getting absolutely wrecked right now. New investors are not coming in. The volume of trading has still been significant. Liquidity is 350,000 off of 2.5 million market cap, but it just, where does it go from here? I did see some billboards in Florida, but it's going to take more than billboards to make something happen. So we'll see how Ordinal Doge does over the next couple of days. If it's got a pump in it, I mean, maybe it runs to 25 million, maybe it runs to 50 million. You never know. Crypto is a weird space. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not really looking for much to happen at this point. So anything that does happen will be to the good. Okay, so we are we just added $4 billion in capital into the markets. Dow Jones is up to 330 points to lead off the day, and we do have a gap in it already. So if it doesn't dip down, we're going to be running with a gigantic gap over here, which is not a big deal, by the way. But it's pretty funny when you look at the charts and you're like, Jesus Christ, what happened there? It's just after hours trading started so big. So now Bitcoin, are we headed up there? 1.52. Now it's weird. because it looks like the money is going into this. It looks like it's going into Ethereum. It looks like there's a lot of positivity. Now, I guess we got to be asking the question, because it looks like things have changed. Are we in altcoin season? Let's go look. Still says that we're not in altcoin season. So, all right. So the 21st is updated. We're still at 27. So we didn't close in alt season yet, but it does look like, go look over here. Bitcoin's up 1.3%. But look at all this, 4. Crypto.com's up 2%. XRP's up 13.6%. Mina is up 6%. Cardano's up 6.5%. As you go down the list, you're starting to see maybe we are going to start that altcoin season. Maybe when we get the next update over here on altcoin season index, maybe it's going to say that, hell yeah, we're in it. Maybe it's coming. So this is I guess it's going to be realized profit. Like, we're going to look at it and we're going to see whether or not it is or not. So we'll find out very shortly. But it sure looks like maybe the money is starting to flow down. When you got Bitcoin kind of, and that's a bad sign, by the way, if the money's coming down that way. Now, it could be that, some of the capital is leaving Bitcoin and making its way down into altcoins because people are expecting this FOMC meeting to be a positive, and that Bitcoin start to pump, and then everything else is going to start to pump, and then you're going to have all that money that you made off of these longs, and you're ready for that big move. But also, remember I said at 30,000, that's going to be where I'm shorting. I've got it set up at MEXC right now for a short that I'm going to enter at 30,000. And it's actually 29.99. So, SHIB is pumping now. We're up to 1,100. So we need a couple of 4-hour candles for confirmation that we're back over on the 200 SMA. But with this happening, that's also flipping the 50 SMA, putting us back into a bullish pattern. The RSI is up over the trend line down on MACD. So we do have like some positivity just kind of popping up everywhere as money's continuing to enter the market. Dow Jones at 298 now, scoring its way down just a little bit. So there we go. Hold on one second, guys. Whew, sorry about that. All right, yeah, the dog was calling. She needs a walk. So, all right. So, where were we? Let me close that shit out. And then let's pop back over here. Uh-oh, we are now seeing a gigantic we are now seeing a gigantic red candle starting to form on Bitcoin as we get down. Maybe it's at 50 SMA. Maybe Ethereum is popping down here, that we're eating up some of that number right now. Hopefully we get back down here to that 1770 level. Yeah, it was Voltoshi. He was saying, hey man, are you walking your dog or what? So we'll see what happens here over the next little while. But actually, it does mean it's 8:40. I got to get going. So yeah, that's my time, guys. It's not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, just watch the markets right now. If you don't have one, put up a 50, put up a 200 SMA. I think that, just my opinion here, I think that Ethereum is going to bounce at the SMA on the 50 SMA. And then I think it'll be off and running all the way up to 1850, and then maybe even 1900, like that analyst, the contractor, the smart contractor said. But I do think it probably comes back down to that 1780 level for the 50-day SMA as a bounce. That's going to be my re-entry position. So yeah, hopefully that happens, because I'm not getting in at 1813, because that's the top, and no way. Anyway, so we'll talk to you again very, very soon. I'll see you guys for bedtime tonight. Have a good day, and make some money.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl.
Oh yeah, and let me go on a rant for just 1 second, because god damn it, my Google phone is broken again. I just got a Google phone back in November of last year. So now I'm going to go on a rant here before I leave. I got a phone in November of 2022. It was a Google Pixel 7 Pro, because I thought it's the best camera ever. I was going to use it for filming videos, but son of a bitch, it stopped working. So in January, I had to have it replaced, and it took me like 2 weeks of arguing with them in order for them to replace it and send me another phone. So I got another phone, and guess what? This son of a bitch doesn't work either. It's now not working, and they told me there was going to be a software update that was going to fix it, and the software update didn't fix it. So Google, kiss